Hey guys, welcome to Rosie's Dessert Spot. In this tutorial I'll be showing you how to make this 3-tier meringue decorated wedding cake. I have a 6-inch cake board stuck to an 8-inch cake board with some buttercream, and I'm applying my 6-inch fake tier on top. Here I have a 12-inch cake board and a 10-inch styrofoam fake cake, applying that with buttercream as well and popping those both into the freezer for 15 minutes. In the meantime I'm going to whip up my meringue, so I have 200 grams of pasteurized egg whites with a pinch of salt, beating that on high speed with a whisk until it's nice and stiff, and then adding in 400 grams of icing sugar in 3 batches and making sure to mix in for a good minute or 2 after each addition. I'll have the recipe for this in the description box below the video. Let it whip up for a good 3 to 4 minutes until it's nice and stiff, and then you can use that to decorate your cake. Here with the 10-inch fake cake, I'm applying it right at the top, pushing it out to the sides, and making sure it's well and truly over the sides of the cake before I start decorating with onto the side of the cake. And the trick here is to make it as messy as you can, because as you torch it, the messier it is, the more texture shows and the more interest it gives on your cake. So I've touched my spatula to the cake and I'm lifting off to create those peaks. Do the same for the top of the cake, and then using a blowtorch you can start burning your meringue. Here I've got it on a medium flame, and I've kind of about 10 centimeters or so away from the cake. Make sure you have a responsible adult supervising you if you are young and trying this for the first time. Do the same for the top edge of the cake and the very top as well. Word of caution, it can be pretty flammable, so if it does catch on fire, quickly blow it out or your meringue will scorch. Decorate the top as well. And then follow the exact same steps for your 6-inch fake cake. And I'll explain at the end of this video why it is that we use fake cakes. Granted, you could do real cakes for these as well, you don't have to do fake cakes though. And then pop those into the fridge. In the meantime, we'll decorate the actual cake. So this is the middle tier. Here I've used an 8-inch cake on an 8-inch cake board, applying buttercream, vanilla buttercream in between each layer of cake. I've used 2 cakes in total cut in half, and now I'm creating a crumb coat. And this will trap in any of the crumbs. Kneading out the sides and clear up the top. Pop it into the fridge for 10 minutes and then put on the last decorative layer of buttercream. And this is a much thicker layer. Clearing it up with my bench scraper, going around quickly to move the buttercream around, and then go around slowly to make it nice and neat and crisp. Bring that liquid frosting to the center and back into the freezer now for a good 10 to 15 minutes. That way the buttercream doesn't dent as you touch it. I'm releasing the cake board from the larger cake board and applying it onto the bottom tier. And because we put it into the freezer, we can touch it with our hands, push it where we need to, and it won't dent the cake. This last one was an epic fail, but if you wanted to shift it like that, you could always torch the area that you touched and it'll look totally normal. You have to be creative in cake decorating. Here I've got some roses, some I think it was carnations, and some white carnations as well, and popping them into the cake with wire. You can find food safe wire, and it pretty much just has a coating so that it doesn't rust in the cake and whatnot. So you can usually find those online. Arrange on the cake however you like. I love using these little white gyp flowers in everything that I do. They're so pretty. Apply some greenery as well, and you're done. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you create a 3-tier wedding cake. Very, very fun to make, especially torching the meringues. I think that is the best fun you can have in cake decorating. The middle tier is the only real tier, as you could see from the tutorial. The reason why I used fake tiers, first of all, you still want to have a dramatic looking wedding cake, but you might not be serving as many people, so there's no point making a 150 feet cake if there's only 30 guests. People actually take home that fake cake as like a memory. You might put it on display or something, and it stays as a sentimental piece. But yes, that's why I used mine today, because I'm not feeding 150 people. So I'm only making the 30 feed in the middle real and the rest fake. And that's tutorial for this Tuesday. Thanks guys for tuning in. I hope this has been of inspiration or use to you guys today. And if you do give it a go, I would love to see your photos. So please do tag me or send me some photos of your creations. I would love to see them.